In this video, we'll be exploring how to multiply decimals. The good news is that multiplying decimals is almost exactly like multiplying whole numbers, which you're probably already familiar with. Whether you're multiplying a decimal by a whole number, a decimal by a decimal, or a decimal by a multiple of 10, which includes numbers with lots of zeros at the end or front, the process is simple. The key is to ignore the decimal points and the zeros at first. Multiply the numbers as you normally would, and once you're done, bring the decimal points and zeros back and adjust the final answer correctly. Let us start with a simple one, a decimal by a single-digit whole number. We write the question without the decimal point, then we start our multiplication. 9 times 5 is 45, we write 5 and carry 4. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 4 is 13. We write 3 and carry 1. 9 times 2 is 18, plus 1 is 19. We write 9 and carry 1. 9 times 3 is 27, plus 1 is 28. Now to finalize the answer, we go back to the question and check where the decimal point is. It is after 2 decimal places, so we put a decimal point in the answer after 2 places. Answer is 289.35. Another example. This time we are multiplying 2 decimal numbers. Same thing. We ignore the decimal points at the start. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 7 is 28. We write 8 and carry 2. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. 4 times 2 is 8. We're done with 4. Now we multiply 3. First we put 0. Then 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 7 is 21. 1 and carry 2. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. 3 times 2 is 6. Now we add them. Again, to finalize the answer, we go back to the question and check where the decimal point is. It is 2 places here, and 1 place here. They are 3 in total, so we put the decimal point in the answer after 3 places. As you can see, we count the places from the end of the number. Another one, a decimal by a multiple of 10. We ignore the decimal point and ignore the zeros. 4 times 6 is 24, 4 and carry 2. 4 times 5 is 20, plus 2 is 22. We put 2 and carry 2. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Now we need to fix the answer twice, once for the decimal point and once for the zeros. It doesn't matter which one to do first, as long as you do both. For the decimal point, there are 2 decimal places in the question, so we count 2 places from the end of the answer and put the decimal point. Next, the 4 zeros. It is as if we are multiplying the answer by 10,000. We need to move the decimal point 4 steps to the right. We have space for 2 steps only, so we must put 2 zeros at the end. If you're not sure how to do this, go back and watch the previous video about multiplying decimals by powers of 10. Another question of the same type. We only take the main digits, and we ignore the decimal points and zeros. 7 times 3 is 21. We put 1 and carry 2. 7 times 5 is 35. Plus 2 is 37. Here is the answer, but we need to fix it twice. I will start by the zeros first. We have 3 zeros, so we need to multiply by 1,000. Now we have 371 thousandths. Next, the decimal point. There are 4 decimal places in the question, so we put the decimal point here. We all know that decimal numbers don't have zeros at the end, so we can remove them. Final answer is 37.1. Now let us finish by a worded problem. Vanessa ran 5.35 kilometers each day for the month of March. How many kilometers did she run for the month? We know that March is 31 days. So if she ran 535 kilometers in day 1, then day 2, then day 3, etc., instead of adding them all, we can use multiplication. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 5 is 5. We put 0 in the second line, then multiply 3 by all the digits. 3 times 5 is 15. 5 and carry 1. 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 1 is 10. 0 and carry 1. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1 is 16. Now we add them. Then we put the decimal point at 2 places. So in March, Vanessa ran 165 kilometers and 85 meters. Well done.